So I've just dropped my kids off to school, and now I need to go and collect some things that I bought at an auction. Again, I know I have a problem. My no buy January is gone, but not because of auctions. It's just before the auction I went to a charity shop and I bought a couple of things, and then I thought, well, now it's ruined, so now I'm in full thrifting mode again. And because I need to go to collect the things from the auction, I thought that I would make a thrifting day. The thing is that the traffic is really bad at this time in the day, so I just stopped for now at the local retail park. There are two large charity shops here, so I will start with these two charity shops, then I will go to collect the things from the auction, and then I will see what other charity shops I can find in that area. And in the second part of the video, I'll show you what I bought from the charity shops and what I bought from the auction. So yeah, I hope you'll enjoy that. The first shop that I went to was a St. Luke's. It's a large one and it's quite new in the area. I don't think it's been opened for more than 2 or 3 months. Their prices are a bit high. They are higher than the other charity shops where I normally go to, but they have a nice selection of vintage things and I always end up buying something from them. I decided to start putting the prices on the screen because I know it can be difficult to read the price tags when I show them to the camera. Please let me know what you think of this change. I was very tempted to buy this set by Royal Albert. It was a sugar bowl and a creamer, and even though the pattern is popular and Royal Albert pieces are popular, there are a lot of them online and the prices are not that high. I didn't have my torch with me to see if this green glass bowl was uranium glass, but even if it was, I still think that £8 would have been too much. I really loved these candle holders with that flower in the middle. They were so pretty, and the tray was really nice as well, and they sell well in my shop, but I thought £15 for the set was too much. And I also loved this blue one, but I didn't buy this one either. I sell these small vases all the time. I sold 4 of them so far, but the average price for selling them is £18, so I thought £5 was a bit too much. I like to buy them when they are like £2 or £3 or less. Do you think I should have bought it? And I also love this jug with cherries, but it didn't have any mark, anything at all, so I wasn't sure it was vintage, and it was £8, so it wasn't that cheap anyway. And I was surprised to see this pot priced at £5 because the lid was broken and glued back together. I liked this footstool with drawers, and it also has something on the side. I assume is for magazines or things like that, but it wasn't priced and I wasn't really sure that I wanted it, so I didn't go to ask about the price. I just left it. This is the second shop that I went to. It's just as large as the previous one. The prices are way lower, but in my opinion, their selection of vintage is not as good. I loved this book by Mark Twain. I wanted to buy it for my son to read it, but it had some sticker residue on the back, which I'm not sure I would have been able to remove, and it was £10, which in my opinion was a little too much. This shop always prices the Denby pottery pieces so high, and I wonder why that is, because there are other makers out there which in my opinion are more valuable than Denby.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
At this third shop, I found a similar footstool as the one that I showed you from the first shop. This one was priced at £2. I didn't buy it because I still wasn't sure that I wanted to buy one, but the price was really good, and it was funny that I found in the same day two similar footstools. It also had some damage, and this helped me decide against buying it, but please let me know in the comments if you think I should have bought it.
Just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop. Every shot from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all.
I also liked this painting. It was an original watercolor and it was just £3, so I wish I bought it. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe it was because my car was full of pieces of art at this point and I was a little bit overwhelmed.
Every shot from the top. We're
I really liked this wall decoration. I liked the design, but it was made of some kind of resin, plastic, I don't know, it wasn't wood, and it had that made in China sticker on the back, so I decided to leave it. This teapot was very colorful and cheerful, but it wasn't vintage, so I didn't buy it. I also really liked this pretty plant pot, but it was supposed to have a saucer. I looked on all the shelves, it wasn't there, maybe it was lost or broken, so I decided to leave it behind. Hello again, it's 2 days later and I would like to show you what I bought on that day. I ended up going to 5 charity shops. I managed to find a few nice things. I can't wait to show you, and I will also show you what I bought at that auction. And I think I will take a break from auctions for a while because again, I didn't pay attention. I'm not sure if they didn't have the size or I didn't read it, but there is some art that I bought and they are quite large, which, you know, if you've watched my videos before, I don't really like selling big pieces of art because it's just hard to ship them. But first, let me show you what I bought from the charity shops. The first thing that I bought is this beautiful blue Delft cow creamer. The tail is the handle, the mouth is the spout, and it was £3. It has this lovely pattern with a windmill on this side and a different pattern on the other side, and it says Holland. Did I mention it was £3? I sold similar ones before and they sell for about 20 to 25 pounds. So if I sell it at 20 pounds, I still have some profit left. From the same shop, I bought these 2 plates. They are made by Wedgwood and I thought they were absolutely beautiful. I love the embossed pattern on the border, and the pattern itself, it's really nice and cheerful, colorful. It's called the Ranunculus and they are made by Wedgwood. I paid £3 for each of them, so £6 altogether. I looked them up on Google and the prices are all over the place, so I'm not sure yet how I will price them, but if they don't sell, I will be really happy to use them because they are very beautiful and I wish they had more so that I would have had a set for myself. And from the same shop, I also bought these two beautiful books. This is the first one that I spotted. It was in a different place than the other one. It was displayed on a piece of furniture. It's called The Natural History of Britain, Towns and Gardens. And it has beautiful illustrations. I love books with this kind of illustrations. It was £2. The other one was £2 as well. And this is Fields and Lowlands. And it also has pictures with the flora and fauna in Britain. I'm very pleased with them. This is the kind of books that I always look for. This one will be listed on the website by the time this video goes public on YouTube on Friday. But this one will be listed on Sunday at 7 p.m. And I'm very precise about this because on Sunday I will take part in an online fair on Instagram. And the way it works is that I will do a flat lay, and in that flat lay, all the items that I include in there have to be, well, at least in my mind, it's not mandatory, but I like them to be newly listed items, things that I curate for that occasion. And I'm thinking to do like a romantic theme because Valentine's Day is coming, and I love the pinks on the cover of this one. This is more like green and yellow, and I think this one would look nice in that flat lay. Then from a different shop, I bought this small vase with these ceramic roses. I paid £1.50 for it. I have another one, identical one in my shop already, which didn't sell yet, but I've sold similar items like a larger vase and a small bowl from the same collection, and those sold really well. So if I didn't buy it, I know that once the one that I already had sold, I would regret not buying this one. These were made by St. Michael's, which is the vintage Marks and Spencer's home and clothes brand name, and they were made in the, I think, late 80s. It's very pretty, isn't it? From the same shop, I bought this adorable honey pot, sugar bowl. I'm not sure how to call it. I think it was originally for honey because it has this hole in the lid which allows a spoon to just stay in the pot at all times. I loved the design on it and this cute little handle. It's with cherry blossom, so I suspect it's made in Japan. It just says foreign on the bottom, and I paid £2 for it. Did I mention that? I also bought this original watercolor painting. It was only £3. That's why I bought it. Not that I don't have enough pieces of art already. The frame is quite tired. It's made of metal and it's a bit rusty and it has a lot of marks on it. The back is falling apart. This is a sign that it's quite an old piece. And yeah, for £3 I thought it was worth it because I love the colors that they used. Really nice, isn't it? I have one more book to show you. This one was £1. I need to see if I can peel the sticker without ruining the dust jacket. If not, I'll try that later. If not, the hardcover is actually really nice. It's this beautiful green color with gold writing on the spine. It's called The Complete Book of Herbs and Spices, and you guessed, the illustrations are very beautiful. Let me put this dust jacket aside. So this is when you open the book. This is the first page and it has a lot of information and beautiful illustrations. You can frame this if you can bring yourself to tear the pages off. I paid £1 for it and I will list it on the website as soon as I can. I also bought this set of 5 plates. The maker is Royal Wessex, which is, I don't know, not particularly popular, but the style and the pattern and the size is a really good one. And I sold similar plates before in sets. They sell well, especially on Etsy. So I will put them on the website. I will give them a few days and then I will list them on Etsy as well. I paid £4 for the set of 5 plates and I expect to sell them for about 50 to 60 pounds for the whole set. Then I bought this adorable jewelry trinket box made by Portmeirion. It's called Botanic Blue, so it's like a botanic garden pattern but all in blue and white, and I thought it was so lovely. This is the lid, which is lilac flower and the butterfly, and some more flowers and butterflies on the oh, and there's a butterfly on the inside. I didn't do any research regarding the age because they still produce now, Portmeirion. So I don't know if it's actually vintage, but even if it's not, I still love it and I think it was still worth buying for £2.50. And I also bought this towel holder, I think it is. It's made of brass and it has this lion head design. I think I paid £1.50 for it, if I remember correctly. I will clean it, I will make it shine because I don't know, the patina on it doesn't really look that good. Especially in the bathroom, if we put it in the bathroom, I think it needs to shine. What do you think? And the last thing that I bought from one of those charity shops is not actually vintage. I mean, I don't think it is, and it's not for sale. I paid £1.50 for it, and it's 2 pink candles. I use them sometimes when I take pictures of my candle holders or in flat lace. I just needed pink ones. Maybe I will use them in that flat plate that I told you about on Sunday. I'm not sure yet. But I think they will come in handy because I didn't have pink ones. I have peachy ones, green, red, white, navy blue, but I didn't have any pink ones. And for £1.50, it was worth it, wasn't it? And now that we are done with the charity shop finds, maybe it's time that I show you what I bought from the auction. So there's a bunch of art and then there's a box of cutlery and other metal pieces. Maybe I'll start with the art because they are nicer. I must warn you that most of them are large pieces. I think I already warned you. So I will struggle a little bit to make them fit on the screen. This is the first one and it's actually a watercolor. They are all original paintings, either watercolors or oil paintings. None of them are prints. So it features a boat, a ship on a stormy sea. I don't know if I'm going to list this one for sale because of the glass. And even without the glass, even if I unframe it and list it unframed, it's still a large piece. So maybe, I don't know, I should roll it. I don't know how to ship it safely so that it doesn't arrive either broken or bent if I list it without the frame. The next one is an oil painting on board. I hope you can see it properly. Isn't it just so beautiful? It has a horse and a lot of birds. I suppose they are seagulls trying to catch some worms. And these tree trunks and this tree here. It's also beautiful, the sky, look at it, so beautifully made. I may list this one if I don't decide to keep it for myself. Then there's another oil painting, this one. Those are the Alps on the background. This is a Bavarian landscape, so lovely. Is that a church? I think it's a church. And the bridge and the river. It's so beautiful. And it's also oil on board. On the back it says Bavarian Alps at Ramsau, Germany. So yeah, someone loved this place and decided to paint it. The next few ones are smaller. This is a watercolor. I love the framing on it, it's just so neat, and the painting is so good. It's from September 2001, so not that old, still considered vintage. But you know, with art, I don't necessarily want it to be old because art is art. Another watercolor painting with a chunky wooden frame. It's lovely and it's signed SW Moore. So I don't know anything about the artist, but the piece is really nice and peaceful. What do you think of it? Another watercolor. It's really nice. It features a winter scene, very peaceful too, and I love the framing on this one as well. The back is like this. There's something written on the back, but I can't read that. I will include a picture of that part in the listing when I list it, so maybe someone else can read it. And yeah, really nice. If you can hear some weird sounds and noises, just know that it's my kitten playing around. I can't lock her out in another room because she will just meow the entire time. So the next one, it's such a beautiful and charming piece. Look at the details. It has daffodils and some, I don't know, forget-me-nots of bluebells or something, blue, and some tulips, and it's so beautiful. On the back, it's written, handwritten, so the buyer wrote this, and it says, purchased at Athelhampton Hall, Dorset, from Mr. and Mrs. R.A. Waidman, 30th of July 1988. This is a year before I was born. And it has a little sticker which says Thomas Hardy's cottage. So this must be Thomas Hardy's cottage, which is really lovely. Good for you, Mr. Thomas Hardy. That's a nice cottage that you had. This is another watercolor. It's really well done as well. I can't tell what the signature says. It's Harold something, Harold Richard, I don't know, something. It's just so beautiful. Look at the sky and the smoke in the sky and the trees and everything. So beautiful. Now I'm back to the large pieces. I have 3 more left. The last one is the best one, and you will agree, I'm sure. This is an oil painting, which is weirdly framed like this. Usually oiled paintings don't have glass because they don't really need it for protection. I really love how the water was painted. The artist did a really great job there, and everything, the sky and the trees, everything is so well painted. The next one is another oil on canvas, which is a winter scene based by how the trees look and everything around. It's a small waterfall there, really nice and moody. I love it. And the last one, are you ready? This beauty. This is a still life oil on canvas. It has, can you see there where the light is? It has a spot where it's not a hole, but I think it was a hole and someone tried to repair it. This is the back and this is that spot. So it's not really visible, noticeable when it's on the wall. The frame, look at the frame. It's just so nice and chunky. And yeah, I paid the most for this one. I paid £35 for it. Not even thinking that it would be this large. So yeah, I think it was definitely worth it. Not sure how to price it because this is a really antique, beautiful piece of art. So I can't remember how much I paid for the others. I will look on the invoice and I will tell you. So I've just looked on the invoice, and for all the other pieces I paid, with the fees and everything, about £43, which is crazy, isn't it? Just so many good pieces, especially the large ones. But I can see why people didn't buy them, because it's hard to find a place in your home for such a large piece. I think people usually want smaller pieces so that they can use them in a gallery wall. Well, I guess it depends on how big your house is too, because I'm just speaking from the point of view of someone who lives in a tiny UK house. But I know that some houses in other parts of the country and in the world are really big with these high rooms and large walls. So then the large pieces definitely make sense. Now let me show you what was in that box with metal pieces. Mainly cutlery, but there are some other bits as well. The most exciting one is this beautiful kettle, teapot. I don't know how to call it. Maybe it's a teapot. But I've never seen one without those long spouts. So maybe it's not a teapot, maybe it's just a kettle. It's silver plated. I love this handle. I had a similar one before without the lid and with way more wear on the handle. I'm not sure if I like it the way it is or if I should polish it. I kind of like this chrome, I think it's called, this shade of silver, this dark shade of silver. What do you think? Should I polish it? I'm not sure what to do. There's also this oil lamp, which I'm pretty sure has no value. It was made in 1985. It has something embossed here and it says 1985. And it doesn't have this, how do you call that glass thing? Shade? Lampshade? And yeah, it's a bit rusty. So I don't think I will list this one. I didn't do any research, but I think the valuable ones are the antique oil lamps and those that are more interesting looking. This lovely pedestal dish, it has some beautiful pattern and beautiful foot, and it has some felt on the bottom. And I think I saw, yes, I saw a mark. It's silver plated, made in England. Seba, something like this is the maker. It's really beautiful. I think I will polish this one. Then there's this set of salt and pepper shakers in the shape of acorns. One has the stopper, the other one doesn't. So I must see if I can find a replacement for this one or just sell them as they are. I don't know what they are made of, if it's pewter or silver plated as well. They don't have any mark, so I don't really know. I searched on Google and I found results for both pewter and silver plated and they were like the same. So I think people just assumed. Then there's this brass nutcracker. It has a picture of someone. I can't tell who it is just by looking at it, but under it, it says 1564 and 1616. Then there's this adorable tiny peel box, I assume. Now we can use it for earrings or small maybe rings, and it has this lovely floral design on the lid and it says Royal Selangor pewter. There's also this silver plated dish with a crane, and it has something like, yeah, it says name here, weight and date and time. So I think it's the data that you would want to remember when you have a newborn. So, but it's not personalized in any way. All those spaces are empty. So I'm not sure what's with it. I don't think you would just write with a marker, do you? I think it needs to be engraved in some way. So I don't know. It needs to be polished as well, but I don't know if I should even bother listing this. I don't know how special it is. I have to do some more research on it. Let me show you the cutlery. So I didn't even count if it's like a full complete set, but this is like the design, and they are, it was this thing in the box as well, so I suppose it's from them. They are not in a box, like in a proper box, in their original box. It just says guarantee certificate and nickel plated cutlery, so made in Italy. So yeah, there are also teaspoons, knives, this larger spoon, and I think that's pretty much it. As I said, I didn't count them. I don't know if I should list them as a full set or just as a set of forks, set of spoons, set of teaspoons, and so on. What do you suggest that I do? I have no idea. Maybe I should list it as a full set and be done with them. I originally wanted them for ourselves, but my husband doesn't like the ornate handles. He just likes simple things. So I can't have anything nice in this house because of him, and I'll just list them for sale now. And the rest of the things are just some small metal figurines, I suppose pewter or something. So it's this small ballerina, and then there's this couple who dance, and this other dancer, flamenco dancer or something. Then these two colored ones. I don't think I will list these ones in my on my website. Maybe I will put them on Etsy. I don't know what to do because they don't resonate with my style, with the style that I have in my shop. So I don't know what to do with them. Then there's this bagpipe player, this lady, which is just, I don't know, you just put her on a shelf or on some books. Then this little fairy, pixie, or whatever they are called. And there's a tiny box with a fairy on top. And then there's also this lady, I don't know, is she a goddess of some sort, which has a bird on her hand. Then this one, which is surely a goddess, and it's missing an arm. There are some pieces here, so maybe it's here, and I can see some glue here, so maybe it was glued and it came off. Then there's these three things identical, which look like a tree stump with a rose on top and a mask on one side. They're all the same. I don't know what this means. They are kind of like thimbles. Then there's three little helmets, all different. This couple, which are also dancing, I guess, and this god or whatever. I think it's holding something. I don't know what he's holding. This one is also holding something, and it looks like some sort of soldier, Roman soldier or something. I don't know. I'm not good with history and how they were dressing. This one I showed you. And I think this is the last one. And it looks like some kind of general officer or something. And I don't know, it has this eagle here and he's holding something. I think it's a pipe. Yeah, I don't know who this is. Oh, and there's also this one. She also looks like some kind of goddess, I think, with this long hair. So for all these metal pieces, I paid £15. Let me know what you think. I think it's worth it. I told you I originally bought it for the cutlery, but I think I can still make some profit on those, on this thing, on this piece, and on the salt and pepper shakers, and this lovely dish. Yeah, I don't think it was that bad that I bought it, although I felt like I bought it for nothing. I was like this when my husband told me that, nah, you should sell them. I was like, okay. Now, I don't know if I should end this video here or I should continue showing you stuff. If you remember, I told you that in December I bought things at 3 different auctions. I showed you 2 of them, and the third one, you haven't seen it yet. There are not so many things in that bundle, in that haul, but I think I will keep it for the next video or for another time, because I think this video will be long enough already. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments which one of these pieces was your favorite, especially which one of the art pieces was your favorite. Mine is definitely the still life. Let me show it to you again. Isn't it just so beautiful and so special? Look at those grapes and those apples or peaches. I don't know what are those. And that bottle, everything is so nice, and so it's so moody. I'm so happy that I bought it. And from the charity shops, I think my favorites are these plates and the books, all the books. Please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.